Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. All right, let's go ahead and start with the archetypes deck to see what's coming through for your reading. Right off the bat, we've got networker and thief. So there's someone in a network, a group, an organization, a community that you've been working in or that you've participated in that saw this as an opportunity to steal from you. For some of you, I'm getting intellectual theft, like they wanted to steal your ideas of something that you create or a way that you were going about a project. For some of you, they wanted to steal your style. I'm getting the vibe of a thief who's a copycat. So they want to steal, they could want to steal money or something regarding property, but I'm getting more so it's your vibe, it's your ideas, it's your energy that they wanted to steal. This person may have taken advantage of the fact that there's a network, there are other people that they could influence to think a certain way about you so that it would make it easier for them to access your ideas or your vibe, your energy. I'm getting that this person used words in order to try to bring down your vibe so that they could, their goal was to weaken you, to make you more susceptible to give up. 222, they wanted to impact your sense of balance so that you would give up something to them. For some of you, I'm getting that this is a person who wanted your sexual energy. They wanted to date you, and they tried to pressure other people that you know to think differently about them so that you would date them. This person was very busy trying to access your energy. Yeah, this is a trickster. I'm getting that they have lots of tricks in their hat. This person might wear hats. This person might be bald or balding. Yeah, they manipulate others through duplicity. This person is very much like one way around this group and a whole other way around that group. And I'm getting that they shift their personality and their mood intentionally. Like a mask. Okay, to please people. 333, this person definitely uses the energy of crowds or of community groups to do their dirty work. Okay, that's it for that. Let's get some guidance for this before we get into the other like nitty-gritty cards. What guidance do you have for this beautiful being, Divine? Serendipity. Divine says that this trickster is no reason for you to not be happy because you have access to joy. Also, this is one reason why this person was so obsessed with you is because they see you in a joyful state. They see your luck. They see your innate goodness. This is like natural energy that you have. It's your natural vibe. Yeah. For those of you that this was a sexual partner or they wanted to be your sexual partner, I'm getting that this could be a witch or a warlock who wanted to access your energy through this type of relationship. Yeah. The serendipity card is ironically card 18, which in the tarot is the moon card. So this person definitely had a lot of things that they were hiding. I'm seeing you here, like high and floating and doing your thing, elevated, and then they're trying to come up to meet you, but they can't. They're very frustrated because they can't reach you. Divine is saying that this can be a source of joy for you because you were always out of their reach. This was a means, it served as a means of protection for you, that they could never reach you. But it was also a source of frustration for them because they knew that they could never reach you, no matter how hard they tried. Okay, I'm gonna go to this Tangled Love deck, because even when it's not a love situation, this type of energy comes through very well with this deck. What's coming through for this beautiful being, Divine, to clarify the situation? Okay, these cards came out in reverse, hiding their true feelings. All right, the fact that this came out in reverse lets me know that, first of all, you realized that they were hiding their true feelings. You knew that they were wearing a mask, but also they were very frustrated by the fact that they felt that they couldn't be themselves with you, but they didn't know who else to be because they don't like themselves. So they didn't want to reveal their true feelings, their true identity, their true self to you. Netflix and chill. This was in the reverse, so they wanted to use this Netflix and chill opportunity, or this type of vibe, for nefarious reasons. They wanted to access your energy for nefarious reasons. It wasn't just in order to be with you, even for lustful purposes. They had the intention of draining your energy. Sneaking around, friends with benefits. I'm getting heavy energy on that friends with benefits. They expected something from you that was not nearly up to par with what you require. I'm getting that you didn't really take this person seriously because you always caught on to a vibe of like playing around, playing games. This could have happened at a time where you were dating or opening up your energy to getting to know people. I'm getting that you may have left a relationship, and so it was time for you to, or you realized that it was a good time for you to get out there and start interacting with people and opening up. I'm getting little by little, casually, to see what or who might be out there, okay? Yeah, you quickly said goodbye to this person. There's something that you felt fed up with early on. You chose to walk away. And now you're focusing on taking your power back. Because this was in the reverse, this person really did not see this as a part of the plan. This was not a part of their plan to manipulate you. They never wanted you to say goodbye. They wanted to continue to use your energy. But you switched up the game because you decided that this was not something that you were going to put up with. Somebody here feels guilt or shame. Okay, there's also a snooping energy. There's someone who is, I'm getting a stalking energy. This is definitely this other person. They've stalked you. They want to know where you are. There's something that they feel very guilty about. They feel very stressed out about. This is because there's a lot of controversy over what they've done. They're completely distracted. They're not able to focus on whatever it is that they need to do. Making money, taking care of their responsibilities. I'm getting that for some of you, this person is neglecting responsibilities with their children. Now, this is not something that is a burden to you because that's not your responsibility. And it's not at all your fault. This is this person's way of handling life. So they tend to neglect their responsibilities regarding their children anyway. it could be anything that was distracting them, and their relationship with their child or their children is usually the first thing that starts to slip down on the list of priorities, because they don't prioritize their relationship with their children. They're obsessed with your pictures. They see you in the spotlight. They see you being very unique. You do something that's very unique. You're also very beautiful. You're very attractive. They see you as very pretty or very handsome. I'm getting the word tantalizing. So they're highly attracted to you, which is one reason why they're so distracted, because your beauty is something that they took for granted before, but when they lost your energy or access to you in their life, when they lost access to you, they assumed that they would be able to attract someone who looked similar to you or who was beautiful or handsome like you, and they have not been able to do that. Okay, let me use the Kipper-ish deck. I feel like your faith in yourself has strengthened as a result of this experience. You use this as an opportunity to increase your faith in yourself and your sense of self-love. There could be something regarding a court case, or there was something that was elevated to, or as a legal dispute. I'm getting that this person crossed a line. Oh, okay, and that's something that they feel very guilty about. There's something that they did that was illegal or very, I'm getting that it's something that you could definitely get a protective order because of, or file charges for. This person thinks that they're your soulmate, and in truth, you have evolved together or spent time together in a past life, but this person has a very diluted view of what you are to each other simply because of your past life situations. Really, what it did is it fed their obsession with you. Whatever ties that you both share from a karmic or a past life, that has strengthened this person's 1313. They know that these soul ties need to end, but they don't know. It's like they feel very obsessed with you, and they can't explain why. They feel like you're supposed to be together, but really these past life soul ties just explain why this energy needs to be cleared. Okay? Yeah, this person is trying to manifest you, but the thing about it is when this person was in your life, it made manifestation a lot more difficult for you because they were blocking your connection to divine energy, your flow of divine energy. And so you're manifesting really beautifully now without them in your life. And if you're not yet, then you will be. That's the energy that you're generating. And that's a part of the reward that you get for removing this person from your life. But they are working really hard to manifest you. I don't know if this person has any connection to spiritual work, or if they believe in any of that, but at least in their very own way, they are trying to manifest you. But I don't see them like sitting in a room trying to do this. I see them like working in the physical realm to do this. How is this person trying to manifest this beautiful being? How are they trying to manifest this beautiful being? Okay, so they're definitely using spiritual work. They may have contacted someone to do spiritual work for them. 1444 on the timer. Divine wants you to know that you are protected, and also to speak protection over yourself, because this person is definitely utilizing spell work whether they're doing it on their own, but I really feel like they're contacting someone else to work for them. This feels like a very lazy person anyway, because anybody who goes around lying and gossiping and trying to manifest someone through these sorts of ways, you know, they're not willing to learn how to evolve and attract people in a genuine way that for a person like you with dignity and honor and self-respect would actually work, you know? That's the only way that you would consider someone and remain with someone. I feel like you got enough of a glimpse of this person, you spent enough time with this person where you realize that they're not the quality that you need in your life. But the reason why you entertained them for the amount of time that you did was because I feel like there was, you were getting back out into the dating world. You were opening up after a time of deciding to just heal. We're in the 16th minute. You may have recently experienced a tower in a relationship. So it's almost as if when you met this person, you were very, in a way you were susceptible to someone who was saying the right things or looking the part or who was very persistent. I feel like this person was very pushy. They seemed very determined, and a lot of times we can process that as, oh, this person is really driven to be with me, so that's good, but we later reflect on it and realize that that was just their demented motives to conquer someone. You know what I mean? Yeah, this person is full of lust, okay? And they have a whole lot of karma because they have mistreated you in a past life. And so everything that they do to you in this lifetime, it's like they are collecting so much heavy karma for it. But like a lot of karmic energies do, they, instead of saying to themselves, okay, well, this feels heavy, this feels wrong, I shouldn't treat this person like this, they just get stuck in a rut of doing that. And then once all the karma hits them all at one time and their job situation goes crazy and their health, they get a health scare or something happens with their health or their car stops working. I mean, it's like all the karma hits at one time. Then they're scared shitless, right? But there was nothing stopping them in their mind along the way to make them realize maybe you should either leave this person alone and respect their space, let them heal, or treat them better. It always takes karma to teach a person these lessons. And they either get the lesson then, or they repeat the mistakes and stay in the same rut. Yeah. This card keeps coming out. This is your faith in yourself, which is the best place to put your faith in you and the divine and your relationship with the divine. There's some unexpected money that's coming to you and also potentially a love offer that is a really, yeah, this feels, let's see, I'm going to pull some cards just to be sure, but this is coming to a divine feminine. Or if you are looking to connect with a divine feminine, this could be a divine feminine that is coming towards you. Divine, what's the energy of this love offer? Oh, all right, we've got 8 of Swords that I accidentally picked up, but there are no accidents in a reading from the other deck. So you might be feeling nervous, maybe anxious, maybe a little bit like wanting to avoid connections at this time because of what you've been through. I understand. Divine, please show me the energy of this love offer. Tell me about this love offer. Okay, so it's the Fool. We've got the Fool energy. This is a new start. Okay, we've got Queen of Cups. So this connection is in alignment with the Queen of Cups energy. This could come after a time of feeling sort of isolated, maybe out in the cold. But, ooh, we've got 10 of Cups and 6 of Cups. So this could be a divine soulmate or divine counterpart with the 6 of Cups there. For some of you, because it's 6 of Cups, this could be a person that you have met before, but I'm not getting that it's a person that you have been involved with. What I am getting is that it's a person that it's potentially, for some of you, it's a brand new person, especially with that Fool energy there. Okay, for some of you, this person is brand new. Okay. Also, that's Aquarius energy. Okay, with Uranus coming through for the Fool. But this could be a person that you met through a family member or through a social event, or it's like a friend of a friend with the 10 of Cups there. Someone that you know of in a community environment or family or friends, you know, someone who knows someone. But I do see that for some of you, this is a past life connection. You might be feeling, I keep getting this 2 of Swords here, like 2 of Swords, 8 of Swords, like there's this feeling of, I just don't know. I just don't know. Is this right for me? Am I ready for it? Because the last time I went out there, I got Bobo the Clown, you know what I mean? And we know that that type of person, they come a dime a dozen, right? There are so many people out there like that. But this energy with this love offer, this love offer brings abundance, because with that unexpected money, it's not just money, financial money. I feel like this person is going to be financially stable, but overall, their energy brings abundance. And their presence in your life will help you to achieve abundance as well. 2332 on the timer, or 2232. This other person blocked your manifestation. So you may have noticed that you fell behind on a project that you were working on, or if you were setting goals for yourself, you found yourself getting distracted by maybe needing to deal with a legal dispute, okay? This person took your energy away, and they didn't care how they did it. They just drained you of your energy, and so that blocked you temporarily from some of your abundance and your focus, because it's all about your focus. But with this love offer, this is something that's very high vibe, and it feels healthy, okay? I'm definitely getting that for some of you, it's brand new with that light shining around the jar, okay? It feels healthy. But still, you know, when we've been wounded and someone has worked to block us instead of love us, it sort of is very natural to feel this 2 of Swords. But you've got 4 of Wands here. This is a very beautiful union. It's a relationship that has the potential for something very deep and committed, okay? Here, it's like, whether you move forward with a love offer that may appear to you, that will manifest for you or not, whatever you do, Divine is just guiding you to think of the most positive outcome possible. Like this poster that I have, what's the best that could happen? Visualize that, because with you here in a meditative state, wanting to heal, but then thinking of the worst thing that could happen. Yeah, and this tower is right by the person's head, so it's like that's what is on your mind. Don't allow those thoughts. Or if you observe those thoughts, ask yourself, why am I fearing this? Am I attaching this to this experience that I had with Bobo the Clown? Am I attaching it to something that I experienced before Bobo the Clown showed up? Or is it all of the above, you know? And then you can allow yourself to alchemize those thoughts and shift to something different or better. Okay, because you don't want to be, yeah, this is the second time we've seen Eight of Swords. You don't want to put yourself in prison just because there is someone who didn't know what to do with your beautiful energy. That's their problem. That's their loss, not yours. Yeah, you have the power to manifest here with the Magician, but also Divine is calling for you to protect your energy, because this person from your past, Bobo the Clown, is doing energetic work on you. So let's see what's coming through here that this person is doing. I'm seeing here with this Deuces, it's like the person wants to act like they said goodbye, but they are so pressed. They are peeping and snooping and sweating. And spirit possession. The control or influence over a person's body or mind by a spiritual entity, often affecting behavior or thoughts. And yeah, because that came through, that this person, when they connected with you sexually, they were hoping to get access to your energy. So spiritual baths will be very helpful to you. Even spiritual showers. I love baths because everything gets drenched, right? Submersed in the water. But in between baths, if you don't have a bathtub, washing with a purification soap or an uncrossing soap is very helpful. Art of the Root is a great website. They have purifying soaps, okay? But yeah, this person definitely wants to access your energy, and whatever it is that they accessed in the past, they want to continue to do that. So cut and clear is very important. Cord cutting, very important. And something that a lot of people don't realize with cord cutting and cut and clear work to weaken and cut those karmic ties, something that's so important is to do the work continually. It's not like you do it and then it's done and you don't ever have to do it again. It's important that anytime you start feeling sad over this person, play some healing frequency music, take a purifying bath, use a bath ritual blend to cleanse your energy. Find someone online who, I have ASMR videos that you can use, but there's so many wonderful content creators who create this type of content that you can use. You can find someone that comforts you, that you like their energy. Notice how you feel in the morning after you've played this at night before you go to sleep. When you wake up in the morning, how do you feel? Is everything going left? Or do you feel at peace and refreshed? Okay, that doesn't mean, if you don't feel good in the morning, that doesn't mean that the person is bad. It just means that they're not a frequency match for you, an energetic match for you. Okay, but this person wants access to your energy because they know the value of it. They just don't have the skills to respect it. They don't know what to do with your high level energy, but they recognize it as something that feeds them and nurtures them. But what good is it for you if they're just sitting here siphoning your energy and never giving anything back? Or if they're sitting here distracting you, breadcrumbing you, gaslighting you, blame shifting, doing all the toxic shit and never taking time to nurture your energy, okay? Witches who are subtly engaging in religious practices while concealing their true intention. So this could be a person who goes to mass. This could be a person who's in church on Sunday or goes to temple or whatever, okay? But they're steadily paying Etsy witches to throw curses. I mean, you know what I mean? So, or wherever. They're not just on Etsy. And I do love Etsy. But these things are everywhere. I was scrolling on my Google feed the other day and an ad came up for a practitioner that does all kinds of work that I would never ask for. I would never want it. Some of those spells I would never even do for myself. Okay? But that just goes to show that they're out there. And I was so glad that I saw that, because I'm like, I like to see what people are seeing and why they're steadily out here paying this, you know, paying people to do this work. But this is a person who masks as being religious or something like that. Or if you ask them, they'll say, oh, I'm religious, you know, praise God, or something like that. And then they're stirring the cauldron. And I love spell work, but the intention with which it's done is everything. And this person is trying to possess and work against your free will, which is not okay, ever, under any circumstance. Okay? That is my belief. All right? Anyway, let me see. Let me pull from this deck. Thank you, Divine. What's coming through for this beautiful being moving forward, or guidance for where they are right now? Okay. Ooh. So this period of time where you feel fragmented, or where you feel like someone has had way too much access to your energy, that is coming to a conclusion. It's like it's over and done. Okay? So this period of your life is coming to an end. And I feel like this experience was really like Divine saying, all right, let's go ahead and get this reality check out of the way for what's out there and who's out there. And this is your non-example. This is your example of what you don't want to dedicate the rest of your life to, or to dedicate any time to. And you're going to be able to recognize with a quickness and with so much trust in yourself and in the divine, you will recognize the love offer that is right for you. Something that's coming to me is that the right one for you is not going to give you those butterflies, those that nervousness, those heart palpitations. You're not going to feel that around the one. And how often do we feel that? 3222 on the timer. How often do we feel that when we're around someone who's like interested or whatever, you know? It's insane. And it's like somehow society has taught us that, oh, yeah, you give me butterflies. Like that song by Michael Jackson. It's like, don't give me butterflies. I want to feel whole with you. I want to feel secure, safe. I want to feel that I can trust you. I want to feel comfortable with you. You know, it's that kind of connection where you could tell that person whatever it is that you want to share, and you know that they'll listen, and not with a judgmental ear. They'll just listen because they love hearing your voice. They'll listen because they care about you. Or, you know, that sense of security that comes when you're going through something and you know that that person's going to be there for you. Even if it's like, you know, oh, a little cold or something. They are at the store getting your chicken noodle soup and your crackers, you know what I mean? And your lemons and your orange juice. They got you. I mean, now we have delivery, but you know. So it's just like that sense of security. And for divine beings, that connection, that sense of security, that level of trust is what activates our desire to be with someone. It is not that, oh, child, he fine, she look good. You know, it's not that that's going to make you jump to be with a person. That may have worked years ago before we realized what is going to pay off. You know what I mean? So if you get around a person and you just feel so nervous and your heart is just going so fast, and don't buy the bullshit. That is not love. That is anxiety. And there's something about that person from either a past life or in this lifetime that at one time they set you up and they played you. And that's your self, your psyche telling you, Let's not do this again. Okay? When you feel like, oh my gosh, I could tell this person anything, and their words align with their actions, and they're spending more time showing me who they are than telling me who they are. They call when they say they're going to call. You know, they're there for me on time. If they're not on time, they let me know that they're not going to be on time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just the simple stuff. So yeah, this fragmented era, or this era of feeling fragmented and used and not appreciated, it's over. So now it's about healing and maybe taking an I was about to say energy, but I wanted to say information, but information is energy. You know, there are so many helpful content creators who help you understand what to look for in a healthy partner and how to heal ourselves so that we are better able to attract what we truly want in a partner. And even if you're just watching a short here or there, I mean, it's very helpful to look for those things, to learn. Because a lot of us don't have positive examples from our childhood of what a good, healthy relationship looks like, okay? But I will say this, the simple things matter. Letting someone know that we appreciate them. Feeling appreciated by your lover. Like, small acts of kindness matter in a love relationship as well. So you will know the right love offer that comes to you. Okay, let's close with an Oshun card, since she is the Orisha of love and abundance and magic and beauty. Thank you, Mama Oshun. What's coming through for this beautiful being? Ooh, we pulled this one not too long ago, but I love this. So portals are open for your manifesting power. And for some of you, you might be manifesting a family, or at least the birth of something new. It could be a relationship, it could be a child, it could be a creative endeavor. Whatever it is, it's something beautiful that's divinely aligned for you. So this lets you know that portals are open because you are doing the work that's needed to close that chapter of feeling fragmented and toe up and, you know, all the things that we feel when we've been used by someone or mistreated. 3727 on the timer. You're in an era of fertility and abundance, okay? So, let's see. And I love that that's card 11. Okay, things are moving in the right direction and portals are open for your positive change. Thank you, Spirit. Manifestation, intention, and abundance. I manifest with grace and ease. That's the affirmation, the mantra. I manifest with grace and ease. Ashe. Initiation of honey. Yes, congrats. You've pulled Oshun manifesting birth. This is a powerful sign that you're in a prime position to turn your dreams into reality. It is law that thoughts become things. Remember when those two cards came out, the Four of Swords, thinking about the tower and the worst possible thing? Think about the best possible outcome, okay? Or at least if you do think of towers, ask yourself, what's leading me to think of this? What fear is bringing me here? And then you can recognize that, okay? And she's here to remind you that you co-create your world through intention and action. Clear your mind, imagine your goals fulfilled, and then follow your guidance. What to do now? Examine your thoughts and beliefs. Are they in alignment with your goals? If not, now is the time to make a change. Watch out for self-imposed limitations. Take consistent steps toward your vision and remain open to unexpected opportunities. The divine often responds in ways we least expect, so stay receptive and willing to shift easily. Pray, intend and declare your wishes, do the work, but also allow room for the magic to happen. Manifestation is a dance with the divine. Release your expectations and trust. Trust yourself and the divine. You are in a powerful phase of creation and realization. Your thoughts, intentions, and actions are aligned in such a way that manifestation is not just possible, it's happening. Ashe! Yes, thank you, Mama Oshun. All right, beautiful being, I hope that you enjoyed this message. I hope that it brought you clarity, comfort, good vibes, and whatever else you needed at this time. I appreciate you so much for tuning in, and I love you, and I wish you peace, joy, and so many blessings. Take care.